in any profession. In particularly, if you take a profession like software profession, we have testing as well as development. Somebody was asking me in my comment section, so out in horoscope, how to see if a person can be a good developer. A developer means a person who writes codes, who analyzes codes and all that. And then we have something called testing. So in testing person may not have the knowledge of the coding. So how uh, how you can differentiate between a tester and a developer. So whether you are good at testing or you are good at development, how can we find it out? So there is a simple way in astrology where you can analyze for yourself by seeing your own horoscope. So let me share my screen on how to analyze this. So once you see the screen right now, so there are two planets that are responsible. One is Mercury and Saturn. Saturn, a good Saturn in your chart, a strong Saturn in your chart indicates that you are very good at handling hardware. You are good at finding faults in the hardware. So you in your system, basically you're able to handle your system well. You're able to find the bugs and all that. So it's more into testing. So you're trying to find out something which is there, which is some issues. So if you look at Saturn, Saturn is the planet which gives career in testing. It could be any domain, particularly into research and testing. So these are the two phases that you can see. And second planet that is responsible is Mercury. Mercury in general is a software, indicates professions related to software. And if you have a stronger Mercury compared to a Saturn, then there are high chances that it could be in a developer. You can be in a profession like a development. So let's look at the first chart. So in this chart, Saturn and Moon are sitting together. There are three good planets. There are three benefic planets in astrology. One is waxing moon, one is Jupiter, and another is Venus. So these three planets have to be associated with Saturn or Mercury. That's what we need to see, which is more associated. Is it associated with Saturn more, or is it associated with Mercury more? If you see this, Jupiter aspects Saturn, and Saturn is already sitting with Moon. And Saturn also receives the aspect of Mercury. Mercury is also third or fourth most benefic planet. If you see, Saturn is becoming very stronger here. Okay. However, if you look at Mercury, only Moon aspects the Mercury. Only the Moon, which is corrupted by being sitting with Saturn, aspects the Mercury, which is not going to give a predominant career in the Mercury related phase career. And if you look at Saturn is the most strongest planet, and Saturn is sitting its own sign of Aquarius, so which indicates that this person will be more into testing. Number one. Let's get into second chart. You look at second chart. Mercury is separate. Mercury does not have any other planetary association. Moon, Venus, nothing. Even Jupiter also doesn't aspect or sits with Mercury here. So Jupiter directly aspects the Saturn. So Saturn becomes the most benefic planet. Hence, this person also will be into testing. Okay. So before judging this, so we have to ensure that whether this person is in software field or not, or if he's in a software field, what is the subfield in which he is. So that's what I'm telling right now. Let's move to the third chart. You see, third chart, Saturn and Mercury are sitting together. Okay, and Jupiter aspects it. So Jupiter is the benefic aspect of Jupiter falls on both Mercury and Saturn here. So the person is predominant in Saturnian profession or Mercurian profession. If you look at this, Mercury is already corrupted by sitting with Saturn. So any planet that sits with Saturn gets corrupted. Okay. So Mercury is already corrupted and then it receives the benefit of Jupiter. Whereas Saturn is already sitting with a good planet like Mercury and also receives the benefic aspect of Jupiter, which indicates again the Saturn becomes the most predominant planet here and second to Mercury. Okay. So this again indicates more professions related more towards testing, research and all that. Okay. And then now this is an example of a developer's chart. If you see, Jupiter aspects Mercury and Venus. If you see Mercury here, Mercury is already sitting with a benefic planet like Venus. As I said, right, Venus, Moon, Jupiter. any planet that gets more than one association. So Mercury is sitting with Venus here and aspected by Jupiter. So Mercury gets the connection of Venus and also Jupiter. Whereas if you look at Saturn, Saturn gets only the aspect of Jupiter. Now Mercury becomes the predominant planet in this chart, and second is Saturn. So this person will be into development, finance, all the Mercurian professions. Like this person is predominantly into. If you look at software profession, if he is in a software profession, then are high chances that he will be into a development side of it. Okay. Another chart of a developer. This is very simple. Saturn is sitting with Sun. Saturn does not get any association of Jupiter, Venus, nothing. Okay. And whereas Mercury gets the association of Jupiter. It's very straightforward chart. Again, a chart of a person who can be in a profession who can be in a profession like a software code, a software developer. That's it, guys. So if you have any other queries, please let me know in the comment section. So I shall try to answer all your queries. Thank you. Bye.